All right, all right, all right. What's up, y'all? What's good, everybody? I am Crystal. I am the show creator, writer, director. I do a lot of stuff over at the Tales of the Forgotten Fiction Network. And we are live with the live listen party and after show of episode 1 of A Fairy Tale for Adults. Can I get some hype in chat? Hype in chat. What people who are listening to this on the podcast are going to be like, it's crazy. I'm gonna be like, well, I don't even know like what's going on because we're gonna make these available in podcast format now, and now people in the podcast, I don't even know what they're doing when they're listening to this. They're just like, everybody's crazy. But if you are listening to this via podcast, that means you need to come listen when we do live shows. We do them the Tuesday that the episode drops in the evening. The best way to come hang out with us and get times and all that is to come hang out with us in our Discord. If you're like a dinosaur and you don't know what Discord is, it's free. You can come chat. It's slower than Twitter. It's better than Twitter, if we're going to be completely honest. So check us out on Discord. There'll be links all up in the description. But if you just want to follow us on Twitter, that's cool too. We are at Tales Network on Twitter. But the reason you want to get in here is because chat is lit right now. Chat is lit. I love everybody in chat. Hey, everybody. Yo, we got to give a shout out to everybody at Dial Up Movie Club, our friends who are making freaking fandom audio dramas. They've got Justice League Mortal. They've got a Nightwing one coming out. Yo, shout out to them. Shout out to Something Something Cast. So it is, what the hell is today? It's Tuesday, 4/25. This Saturday, April 29th, Something Something Cast is going to be streaming all day, doing charity for cancer. He's going to give me more information about it during the after show, but make sure that you are following him on Twitch. There will also be links in the description for that, so you guys can check it out. I'm super hyped. He's also got a great podcast as well, so if you're not listening to him, you're fucking up at life. I said what I said, so make sure that you're checking out Something Something Cast podcast. All right. Yes. You hear me in one ear.
Yeah. I don't know why that's happening.
I will maybe fix that later. How about now? Is it better now? Is it better now?
No, it's the same.
What the fuck? How is it that you know what? I'm just going to chalk this up to I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to just stop talking. I'm going to just stop talking. Only in one ear, right? I'm just in one ear. I'm not in like both ears.
You gotta join the website for the other ear.
Yeah, that's it. you gotta sign up for our membership to join the other ear. sorry. It's only you gotta be in our membership if you want me to be in both ears. I don't make the rules. I don't understand. You know what? I'll try to troubleshoot that while we're listening to this episode. So here we go. This is how we do. We're going to listen to episode 1 of A Fairy Tale. And then after that, I'm going to get in Discord with the voice actors. We're going to chat with them. We'll take your questions. It's just going to be a good time. Yeah. And if you want to hear me out of both ears, go to tales.com, talesoftheforgotten.com/membership and sign up for one of our memberships. And then you can hear me in stereo. I don't know what YouTube's doing. I don't know what YouTube's doing, you guys. All right. I don't know. I just be writing and voice directing and stuff. I don't know. Let's do it. Episode 1. Here we go. And just want the story? With the Tales of the Forgotten membership, you'll get ad-free episodes of all our shows, like this one, and you'll be supporting the creators and stories that you love. Go to talesoftheforgotten.com/membership. But hey, we like to spoil you. So a Tales of the Forgotten membership also offers bonus content like character audio files, artwork, exclusive shows, first looks at scripts, and a lot more. So go to talesoftheforgotten.com/membership or just click the link in the description.
Hello, I'm Daniela. What's your name? Well, it is wonderful to make your acquaintance. If you've got some time, I'd like to tell you a story that happened not so long ago. Are you ready? Good. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Meet the Crofts. In my dream, the angel shrugged and said, if we fail this time, it will be a failure of imagination. And then she placed the world gently in the palm of my hand. Story people. Once upon a time... No, wait. You're an adult. That's not catchy enough for you. One moment. It was a dark and stormy... No, that won't do either. Just a second. Colin Croft wasn't the type of man you'd see behind bars. Neither was his wife, Nia. In fact, the Crofts were not the type of people anyone would ever accuse of wrongful parenting. Regardless, that's exactly what the charge was against them. It was a very serious charge, punishable by... Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll start at the beginning.
Allie! Ethan! Let's go!
We're coming, Dad.
What's all that stuff?
Stuff for our experiments. Dowsing rods and a few crystals and an electromagnetic...
What's a dowsing rod?
It's used to measure the Earth's energy field. I want to see how strong it is around the stones.
The chambers are on ley lines, too.
Exactly. They probably have some untapped power.
Colin's amusement with the conversation deepened the laugh lines around his mouth. I dare say he was a handsome fellow, the lines of gray decorating his black hair like the tinsel on a holly tree. And always one to keep schedules, he ushered his children outside and locked the front door.
Powers, huh?
Don't say it like that, Dad. Don't you know about quantum physics?
They walked over to an SUV where Nia Croft was standing, talking on her cell phone. She smiled at her children and mouthed, "I'll be right there." Colin glanced at his wife and tapped his finger against his watch in an attempt to get her to hurry along before he got in the driver's seat.
Is that what you're learning in school?
No, they don't teach us about that type of stuff in school. We just memorize and regurgitate facts that we'll never use again in our life.
They should, though. It's way more interesting.
Hey, regurgitate is a big word. I bet you learned it in school.
Totally missing the point, Dad.
I know. Well, look, as long as your independent research doesn't interfere with your homework, you keep doing what you're doing.
Allie pulled out her cell phone and put in her headphones, the telltale sign that a teenager had had enough of parental wisdom. Ethan had long since stuck his nose into his copy of Yes magazine. He was 12, 4 years younger than his sister, and unlike Allie, had given up trying to convince his parents that their worldview was incredibly limited. Adults thought they knew everything, or at the very least, more than their kids. Ethan was of the opinion that while that was true in some cases, something happened to adults that sucked out their imaginations. It was like the adult rite of passage to stop believing in the fantastical once they reached a certain age. Ethan was determined that neither he nor his sister would ever get like that when they grew up. Did you make that promise to yourself as a child? Did you keep it?
Ready. Let's go.
I thought we said no work today.
It wasn't work. Hey, you two back there. Ready to have some fun?
Oh, yeah. I got the dowsing rods.
Cool.
Though he wanted to, Colin didn't ask who Nia had been talking to on the phone. They were 6 months into their separation, and he didn't feel like he had that right anymore. The family lapsed into a comfortable silence as they made the 45-minute drive to their destination chosen by their children. In case you were not aware, scattered across New England, there are hundreds upon thousands of miles of ancient stone circles, walls, rows, and chambers. The Croft family SUV finally stopped just a few yards back from 2 of these chambers. A stone wall ran alongside them to the east, right on the edge of the forest line. It was a pretty enough sight, with the multicolored leaves of fall hanging from the trees and scattered over the ground, decorating the earth.
So cool!
The young lad put his magazine away, now his nose pressed against the window. The moment Colin turned off the car, Allie and Ethan scrambled out and raced over to the chamber. Colin and Nia, as adults do, were slower to get out of the car, taking the time to watch their children's excitement with affectionate amusement. Colin tucked his hands into his jeans pockets and stole a glance over at his wife. She looked good. She always did. But more than that, she looked happy. She looked content. It was chilly and her dark-skinned cheeks were rosy because of the wind. Her dark brown eyes were lively, much more so than they'd been the last 2 years of their marriage. Or so he thought.
So, what's his name?
We're not doing this today.
I'm not doing anything. I was just asking.
You're never just asking, Colin.
I promise I won't beat him up.
I tell you, it was positively precious when he was rewarded with the slightest twitch of her lips, a telltale sign of her amusement. She gave a tiny shake of her head, looking away from him and back at their children.
Jacob.
Colin's jealousy flared. Oh dear. It made his shoulders square and his jaw set. Colin nodded curtly, and because she was right, it really wouldn't be fair to the kids if they did this today, walked away from her. Nia sighed. They act like children sometimes, adults, especially when they're hurt. And like children, Colin made an assumption that wasn't true. But Nia hadn't corrected him either, and perhaps she should have. Who knows? Let's continue.
Guys, you gotta come see this!
The doorway was typical but short. Nia and Colin had to duck passing through it. They were able to straighten to their full height when they got into the chamber, but the ceiling was still low, so much that there was maybe an inch between it and Colin's head. There was nothing remarkable about the inside of the chamber, except that it was a lot cleaner than either Nia or Colin had expected, but that was a passing thought. Sunlight streamed in through the one window, spreading the light perfectly. The stone walls were smooth, the floor sprinkled with only the occasional leaf that blew in through the window. Ethan held his dowsing rods crossed lightly over the top of one another and was walking slowly around the perimeter of the chamber. Allie held her video camera and was panning around in a circle.
How cool is this place?
Very cool. Getting any readings?
Here, give me the camera so you can get in the shot.
Wait, you and Mom have to get in the shot first, Dad. I want to take a picture too.
Colin and Nia walked to the middle of the chamber. There is sometimes an awkward moment when two people who haven't touched each other in what seemed like a very long time are forced into intimacy. Not because they don't want to, but because they do. And, as adults are prone to do, they've overcomplicated something so simple. So, there they stood, nearly shoulder to shoulder, their smiles a little strained. Ethan glanced at his parents and could sense how uncomfortable they were immediately. Children are very in tune to those sorts of things, in case you didn't know. Like children often do, he decided to make it worse.
Get closer, Mom and Dad.
We'll block your light if we do.
Seriously? If you two don't get closer, I'm going to banish you to another realm where you're permanently stuck together.
Allie and Ethan didn't realize it, but the moment Allie said, "Banish you to another realm," the chamber did what it's meant to do, which meant that Nia and Colin Croft disappeared. Chapter 2. No, but seriously, where are we? You think the only people who are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew. Colors of the Wind. To be teleported for the first time is an incredibly odd sensation. It's a full body tingle that's somehow just a little different from the way it feels when your foot falls asleep. It's followed by a bright flash of light in front of your eyes, causing you to blink, and then bam, you're somewhere new. The first thing Colin and Nia noticed was that their children were no longer in front of them.
Allie? Ethan?
Nia was the first to realize the chamber was different. There was the same window behind them, but it was dark out. Inside the chamber, there were rectangular-shaped crystals embedded into the stone, and they were glowing, providing the room with a warm, soothing light.
Colin?
What just happened?
I don't know. Allie! Ethan!
If they needed more proof that they were not where they had been originally, here it was. Night had suddenly fallen, an almost full moon hanging low in the sky. As Colin and Nia exited the chamber, it was easy for them to see that the landscape was nearly identical because tall, gleaming silver rods stretched a good 7 feet above the ground. Circular-shaped crystals sat on their tops, glowing with the same soothing tone as the ones inside the chamber. It wasn't quiet. The woods around them were alive with wildlife. But Nia and Colin noticed that while some sounds were familiar, others were not. In between the cricket's hum and the true katydids, there were voices and giggles, but they were faint and sounded to Nia and Colin almost ethereal.
Ethan! Allie! Is that you out there?
That's not them, Colin.
How did we lose daylight?
Where are we? And where are the kids?
Now, usually when faced with the sudden disappearance of one's children, parents are highly upset, frantic even. Colin and Nia, while concerned, were not at that level of panic. That was because instinctively, on a level they were not yet ready to recognize, they knew their children were fine. Before either one of them could answer the other one's question, they heard voices echo out from the chamber. A second later, out walked a very handsome man with long, straight blonde hair, a pointed nose, and Colin and Nia realized with some amazement, pointed ears. Very pointed ears. Elf-like pointed ears. With the man was a young boy, no more than 8 or 9, that shared his father's remarkable features. He was looking up at his father in pure, childlike excitement.
That was great practice, Dad.
You did exceptionally well. Your mind is getting stronger every day.
It was then Callanan noticed Nia and Colin. At first, he looked surprised, but not for the reason you might think.
Oh my goodness. Well, hello. We usually don't see you in these parts.
Kapui, I thought I'd have to travel 100,000 miles to see you.
Now, Thalion, don't exaggerate. Humans don't live that far away.
At this point, Colin and Nia were both thoroughly confused. They looked at each other, then back at the couple. Colin frowned. His first thought was that the man in front of him was obviously a lunatic. Nia, on the other hand, thought the man must be playing with his son and was loath to break character, whatever that might be.
Excuse us. I'm Naya. This is my husband, Colin. Did you just come from inside that chamber?
Well, hello, Colin and Nia. I'm Callanan, and this is my son, Thalion. And yes, of course we did. It's the fastest method of transportation around here, and it's high time for Thalion to exercise his mental muscles. Didn't you come from the chamber?
Transportation? That chamber?
Yes, that chamber.
And your son knows how to operate it?
Very well. He gets better every day.
How is he able to do that?
With his mind, of course.
With his mind.
Yes. How else would he do it?
With a button or a control panel or something more realistic, maybe?
Callanan was beginning to grow uncomfortable under Colin's disapproving eyes. He took a step back from Colin and Nia, drawing his son closer to him.
Are you two feeling all right?
I'm fine. It's you I'm worried about. Seriously, I need to know how this thing works so I can get back to my children.
Well, I told you how it works. I don't understand why you won't listen, and your children should know how it works. If you're not teaching them, you're in violation of the law, you know? Humans don't get a free pass.
My elementals instructor told me humans got banished to the upper islands because they were arrogant and mean. Is that true? You don't look mean.
You're... what?
Nia, who realized the situation was wildly spiraling out of hand, smiled and stepped forward to use her body as a bit of a buffer between her husband and the strange people in front of them. She smiled at Kalanon and Thalion.
Excuse him. He's had a long day. Thank you for your help.
Kalanon eyed the two of them suspiciously now. His son tugged impatiently on his hand.
Come on, Dad. I don't want to miss the new moon ceremony.
All right, Thalion. Namaste, you two.
Kalanon took his son by the hand and led him down a lighted trail that went into the woods.
What a nut job.
You're not helping the situation by calling him that.
I couldn't ask that question in any clearer English, Naya. Why would he think that?
It doesn't matter. We've obviously gone somewhere. Let's just figure out how to use this thing.
That's ridiculous. We couldn't have gone anywhere.
Look around, Colin. Did you see these light posts earlier? Or how about the ones in the chamber?
It's impossible. How could we have gone somewhere else?
That's the million-dollar question of the day, isn't it? I'm going back inside to try to figure out where the control panel or whatever is.
Yeah, you do that. I'm gonna go walk over to the SUV, get my cell phone, and call the kids to find out where they are.
Yes, do that.
Nia turned her back on him, walking into the chamber. Colin stood there for just a moment. He gave his head a hard shake and stalked off in the direction he was certain he'd left the car. Funny thing about fear-based certainty against an impossible gut instinct. One always wins out over the other. Guess which? At any rate, Colin walked and Colin walked. Sometimes in a straight line, sometimes in a circle. He backtracked. He stopped and started and walked forward again. But try as he might, he could not find the location they'd left the vehicle. It was as if it simply didn't exist anymore. Nia wasn't having much better luck inside the chamber. She searched the walls, the floors, and the strange lamps. She pressed on stones, ran her fingernail into crevices. She even kicked the wall a few times when her frustration got the better of her. But try as she might, she could not find the chamber's control panel. Though in two different places, Nia and Colin gave up their searches at the exact same time. Nia dropped her back against the wall, her arms folded in front of her, a deep, frustrated frown on her face. Colin began his walk back to the chamber, stomping a bit like a frustrated child. And at that moment, inside the chamber where Nia stood, the Malak arrived. The Malak were the police force of Maketh, the place Nia and Colin journeyed to. Rest assured, it is not so far from your own dimension. The walls between dimensions are much thinner and easier to traverse than you might imagine. The Malak appeared human, but were deceiving creatures, capable of shapeshifting into the animal they most resonated with. The two that appeared in front of Nia were wearing immaculately pressed dark blue uniforms. What gave away that they were not human were their tails. Curved, bushy tails like you'd find on a Siberian husky extended from their backsides. A space was made in the uniform to accommodate their physique, of course. Nia was quite startled at their appearance because they literally just appeared. There was no warning. 1 minute she was alone, the next she was not. To be fair, there was some warning, but if you didn't notice what to look for, it would be easy to miss. When one is about to teleport oneself, the space in front of them ripples ever so subtly, taking on a water-like quality, a translucent ripple in the fabric of space and time. Nia blinked several times, staring at the men in clear shock. They didn't look nearly as surprised to see her.
Are you the human known as Nia?
Well, poor Nia just couldn't find her voice. Once she got over the fact they appeared out of nowhere, she noticed their tails. And when her brain confirmed that what her eyes were seeing was correct, that was more a shock than poor Nia could take, and she fainted. Thankfully, Malak are very fast creatures, and the one without a mustache caught her, saving her from a painful bump on the head. At that moment, Colin walked into the chamber.
I have no friggin' idea where the damn car is!
What a scene this was for him. Two strange, stern-faced men sporting unfamiliar uniforms, and tails no less, were standing there, with one of them holding his wife.
What the hell are you? And what did you do to my wife?
Are you the human known as Colleen?
Get your damn paw off me! What did you do to her? Naya! Naya, are you alright?
Calm down, human. She fainted is all.
Fee the love of... I asked you a question, Ooman. Are you Colleen?
What? Yes, I'm Colin, if that's what you're trying to say. What? Who are you?
By order of His Angelicness, Raziel, overseer of the dominion known as Maketh, you are under arrest for the crime of wrongful parenting.
Excuse me?
If I were you, I'd be keeping my oath shut right about now.
It took Colin a moment to translate what the Malak had just said, and in that time, Colin, Nia, and the Malaks disappeared.
I hope you've enjoyed listening to A Fairy Tale for Adults. Please remember to subscribe, leave us a review, and share this story with your friends. To catch more of our original and fandom audio dramas and tabletop shows, visit our website, talesoftheforgotten.com. A Fairy Tale for Adults was written and directed by Crystal Storm. Sound design by Hannah Cardiac. Starring, in order of appearance, Zoe Lee as Daniela, the narrator, Robert Patrick as Colin, Kay Riley as Allie, Ren Alberg as Ethan, Tara as Naya, Adam Corman as Calinon, Guama Harstenel as Thalanon, Joe Moyer as Barley, and Gavarok as Charlie. Join us next Tuesday for episode 2 of A Fairy Tale. And don't forget to join us for our live listen parties and after shows with the cast and crew of A Fairy Tale. To learn more, you know what to do. Go to our website, talesoftheforgotten.com. Y'all ready for this after show? Am I in both ears now? I maybe fixed it. Oh shit, I fucking fixed it. Oh yeah. They're always waiting for me. They're always waiting for me. Listen. That's just how we roll. Everybody's always waiting for me. All right, now we got people. Yes, and everything works. I have sound. All right, everybody, welcome to Rob's angrily typing. Everybody, welcome to the after show. I am joined at the moment. We've got voice actors going to pop in and out by Colin and Naya and myself and British Elf. That's who we've got on. That's who we've got on tonight. So how does everybody feel about the first episode, and should we all just talk like Joe's character from now on?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I agree, actually. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fans of the show, if you want to send us a MP3 or a WAV file of you talking like Barley, the Malak that Joe played, we want to hear them. And maybe we'll play them in one of the after shows, and we'll let people vote on who did the best impression of Barley. So you should email us, the team at talesoftheforgotten.com, with your best Barley impressions, please. We desperately need it. Yeah. So I'm muting Adam for a second because he's making loud noises. Colin and Naya, how do you feel about the first episode and the adventure that these two characters are about to take?
That's all
Okay. I was ready to answer until Naya laughed like that. Now I feel concerned for my well-being. No, I'm looking.
Please go ahead.
I'm looking really forward to it. I think the arc that Colin is going to have in this story is going to be a near 180, and I'm looking really forward to delving into that.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say, if you have ever attended a function in like casual dress, and you go there and everybody else is completely dressed to the nines, and you feel amazingly underprepared and underdressed, I want you to know that that is exactly how I feel every time I listen to Zoe's narration.
Oh my God, is she not incredible?
Agree.
Like, I listen to her doing that, and I just
100%.
go, why am I doing this? I am terrible. This is such trash. She is absolutely effing amazing, and I will never get tired of listening to her inflections on that opening monologue. And when she asks if you've kept your promise that you made to yourself as being a kid, I mean, come on.
That's how she got the job. That's literally how she got the job. So I listened. It was between her and another VA, and whoever made my inner child the saddest when they dropped that line was who got the job. I'm not kidding. I'm not. And yeah, that was the point. She kills it. Rob, you're great. Do not put yourself down, but you are right. She has got just such a special voice. I could listen to her. I mean, we did. You guys know we were in the voice. We were in the studio this weekend, and she was narrating for us, and nobody wanted to talk. We all just wanted to let her just keep going.
Yeah. The next production of Tales of the Forgotten is going to be called The Phone Book, and it's just going to be her reading the phone book.
She just makes it all sound so magical. It's
crazy.
I am shocked. I'm always like, it happened in Legacy too, and it's happening again. Like when we get new people that join our awesome little family, I am always shocked by their level of talent. And I'm just like, how did we get these people? How did you not say, I'm sorry, you're going to have to call my agent and pay me like $5,000 a second? Like, I don't I'm just like, what? You're so good. It's awesome. It's awesome. So let me ask you, Colin, aka Rob, what do you think it's going to take for Colin to kind of have that 180? Because he's literally just met a creature that has a tail. He's kind of in this magical forest. He just met some elves. What do you think is going to have to be like the moment that Colin can't rationalize this away anymore?
I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's actually going to take, but what I'm kind of hoping happens, and I know you're already into episode 3 and everything, but I'm hoping that there is a minor kind of Brad Pitt 12 Monkeys moment where his brain just snaps and doesn't function the same way anymore. And he has to come to grips with that, and that's what kind of flips this switch in his brain where the adult him that has taken all of that wonder and magic and mysticism and belief and imagination that he may have had. I don't even know if he had that when he was a kid. He doesn't seem the kind of person to have those same kind of imaginations as most kids do. Mm-hmm. I tend to think he imagined and dreamed about spreadsheets and Teams meetings and stuff when he was a child, which is kind of sad. But I think something like that where a switch just flips and kind of cracks his brain like an egg a little bit, and he realizes that this is the reality, and there's kind of two ways to handle it. Either I curl up in a ball and go insane, or I kind of embrace it and take it and run with it.
I love all that. Naya, as Colin's husband, what do you think it's going to take for Colin to start listening to his wife when his wife is just like, look around, Colin, which, by the way, you deliver lines and you live rent free in me. Me and Pixel now just walk around the house talking like all of you. I just want you to know that.
That's hilarious. I think to Rob's point is Colin's going to have to experience something just I mean, he's already experienced things he's not experienced before, but I think he will have to maybe turn into he will have to grow limbs, or I don't know, he's going to have to turn into something in I'm not going to spoil it, but in Centaur World there's a creature that has a true long arc metamorphosis throughout the show. And initially, she's much like Colin. It's like, no, what is this going on? What's happening? And then all the other people around her are like, yeah, that's great. Look at you, you're changing. Like they're so happy. And she's like, no, that's Colin. So that's what I feel like is going to happen is he's going to have to turn into a Malak, maybe. Maybe a pixie, maybe I don't know, fairy
Krishna's
dust.
very furiously scribbling notes.
I am right now.
I am. I'm saying this on purpose for her to do that specifically. It's a team effort.
It's funny. Just as the episode started, I messaged Crystal and I said I didn't necessarily want to ask this question out loud, but if you look at the artwork for the episode, Colin has pointed ears, and I'm like, is that supposed to be like a message or foreshadowing or something? She's like, honestly, I didn't even just notice until now.
Yeah.
So.
We're going to have to ask Gerald. Gerald, by the way, Gerald Ford, also an amazing freaking voice. Now I have to get Zoe and Gerald to just read to us all the freaking time.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is how we make millions, you guys. We just get them to read like the phone book. But yeah, he did the artwork. So shout out to him. If you need artwork done, he is open for commissions. It's artofgee.com. You can check him out. Please go hire that man for voice acting and for artwork. He's freaking amazing. So now I'm going to have to ask him. Next time I see him, I'll be like, yo, so Gerald, like, what's up with the Colin's pointy ears? You got something you want to tell me? So how do you think Naya is handling things right now? Is she just kind of just going with the flow? Do you think that she's accepted that she's in another world, or is she just kind of like, here's where we are, we got to get home, I just got to deal with it?
She has a lot of emotions going through her at the moment. Number one is her kids. She's just like, I don't know what the hell any of this is, but my kids that were just here are not anymore, and I need to get to them. I think that's her number one thing. And I think it makes it a little easier for her because she's like, I just don't care what all of this is. I just need to find an answer to get back to my kids. It doesn't matter if it's magic or not or whatever. I just want my kids. Right. So, and she, again, Daniela, kind of alluded to it as far as that subconscious, like your intuition, you might not be aware of it or not, will just kind of let you know, like, okay, things might be really wonky right now, but they're okay.
Right.
Like, they're fine. So I think that might be another reason why she's not super panicked. She's just like, I don't understand this, but okay.
Right.
I'm here, like I'm physically here. We drove in a car to a place, and now that place where we were is no longer there, and our kids are in that place. So, Colin, let's get back, please.
I mean, I'm trying. I'm looking for the SUV.
Okay. But but some things are a bit much, like seeing the tail, so she's not fully level-headed. She, of course, is like, really, what the hell is all of this? And some stuff is okay, like the lights are great, but the tail,
right?
I don't know what that is, so I'm going to pass out now.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. You know what? But I feel like that would be like realistic for like anybody, And,
it would. I
like,
think so.
I mean, I think we all, especially this group here, like we tend to be like a magical group. We're geeks. We're into sci-fi. We play video games. So I mean, there's a part of us that be like, if teleportation was this thing, I could see that. But it's a whole different thing to be like, it's possible, and then it happens. Like if a dragon appeared in my backyard just now, my first instinct probably isn't going to be like, oh my God, that's a dragon, in like a childlike voice. It might be like, what the fuck?
I think we had a discussion about that, actually.
Yeah.
I think it was like dinosaurs or something, though.
Yeah.
But yeah. I understand.
You need a second. You need a second to process. So Phalenon and Kalanon. I didn't do that on purpose, by the way. It just happened. Thalion and Kalanon, can you recant for us the call that you made when you snitched to the Malak that there were 2 humans that were breaking the law? Because I didn't put that in the script, but I think we should talk about it.
Hello, 911. Yeah, there's 2 weirdos here. Can you call I don't know, fantasy police? Okay, bye.
Now, look, I
think that's
don't
how it
like to
went
be.
roughly.
I don't want to be a bother or anything like that. I noticed that there were 2 humans and they were loitering around the teleportation chamber. And I can't believe I have to say this out loud. There were no children around them.
There's
know,
no
can-
children
can I
at
just
all.
say-
There's no accent.
Can I just say, I just envisioned Adam cleaning off his circular glasses as he was saying that with a very clean white handkerchief. And when Guama was talking, I just envisioned a little kid with one of those really big lollipops that you get at the carnival or something.
Yes.
And just
Yeah.
licking it, and just on the phone, and then So great job. As always, you 2 are awesome.
Yeah, I finally get best space dad. I'm so happy. Hopefully he takes really good care of me because nothing should happen to Thalion or any of these characters. I love this. Y'all are amazing.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, this is wholesome. Nothing bad will happen.
Right.
Nobody
That's what you said about legacy.
Listen, you knew I was like when I talked about legacy.
Look, I don't know what anyone told you in the forums, but Legacy, everyone makes it out okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I was totally kidding.
Yeah,
It's all nice and fluffy like this.
absolutely. Especially Mako. Everybody's fine.
There is no Mako donut. What?
Everybody's freaking fine. So, Guama, did you enjoy getting to play a little elf child that was just staring up at Colin like, "Why are you a mean adult?"
I did. I was so happy to finally voice a little boy because, there's so many great female voice actors who voice boys, like Veronica Taylor as Ash Ketchum and Pamela Adlon as Bobby Hill. And I'm like, yes, I get to do that.
Yes.
So, yeah, it was fun. Yes, it was nice. My inner child. I don't have to voice, sad people or a villain. I'm like, I can just be a happy kid. So it was a nice change of pace.
Adam, are you tired of me typecasting you as a dad?
Look, I'm not gonna lie. Going from best space dad to best fantasy dad, I mean, it's not a bad move. It is a little parallel, but then again, Kalanon is just he is a scrumptious meal to devour. Also, I mean, I do hate getting typecast as these tall, handsome men with pointy noses. But what are you gonna do? At least this time, I don't have to dye my body blue when I'm going into the VO booth.
Yeah, it's true.
Hey, method acting.
I need art now, sir. If you can, I need art now of this tall, handsome breath of fresh air. And if you want to put him next to Elijah, so we can just ask the fans to vote on hottest fantasy dad, we can have a battle. Who's hotter?
My dad.
Yeah,
Pick my dad.
I know. And then when we have you play the dad and Daddy as fuck, and in the After Dark show, we'll include him. So it'll just be like you're just rows of dads.
Into the Dadiverse.
Yeah, that's the Dadverse.
The Dad Hall of
Matt,
Fame.
write the Dadverse right now. There we go.
Hey.
You know what? I enjoy getting to play in your sandbox any way I get to.
Oh, you're the best. You're the best. I can always just go into Adam's DMs and I'm like, Adam, you want to do this thing? And Adam's like, hell yeah, I want to do this thing. It's great. It's so much fun.
We get to make more stuff. Yes, let's do it.
Let's doing it. Oh, can't wait. Yeah, we've got a lot of fun stuff planned. So how do you? What do you think's gonna happen in episode 2? In episode 2. Now, I did say this was a wholesome story, so let's start with the elves. How do you see this track going for these poor humans that are stuck in this magical world?
Well, look, Kalanon, above all else, is really he's about law and order. And I think that if these people are, being taken in by the strong arm of the law, then most likely they deserve it. And I'm sure they're going to face justice. It's all going to be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Thalion will just teleport everyone home. Yay!
Yeah.
Thalion saves the day. End of story. Roll credits. Thank you for coming. And nothing bad will happen. There'll be no deaths. That's it.
Do you think there's gonna be a side adventure where Thalion goes and breaks them out of jail and helps them out?
Oh yeah, Thalion's so OP in this one. I can already tell.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. I'm writing stuff down.
Thalion's gonna break into the jail wearing an "All cops are bastards" with tails shirt.
No, I'm kidding. Thalion will die because he's voiced by me.
No, stop it!
Obviously.
Oh, no. Oh my god! You know what? I think we need like a scene now of like little Thalion going to school the next day and being like, "You'll never believe me. I met humans," and all his friends being like, "No, you didn't," and he's like, "No, really? Then my dad snitched on them."
Yeah.
Yeah.
My child, it is our duty as citizens of this nation.
No, I want the accent too. No, I'm kidding. I can't imagine Thalion talking all British. Yeah.
I don't know, Crystal, I didn't hear if you had already mentioned that basically I showed up to the booth, started to do a British accent, and then everyone's like, well, no one else is doing one of those, so I guess that's just Calanon's thing.
And that's
He's
actually
just extra.
Here's the best. No, we actually do have a British person in episode 2. Yes, in the chat. Yeah. Carolyn is literally here. It's so late in the UK right now. She plays Raziel. Raziel. We've decided his name is her name is Raziel. Yes, Raziel. And yeah, so she's probably been judging you like so hard the entire time, but it's fine. It's a fantasy world. It's fine.
No, I appreciate that she appreciates my flawless British accents from the region of Calanon's friend's buddy's wife.
The whole time, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Like they're listening to it, just going, "Wow, you got more British actors? That's amazing."
We just find
You get all these British actors from.
No, we just this is how we
British
get
actors always taking American voices.
Yeah, this is it. This is why they don't like us, and this is how we get canceled. So we're gonna learn a lot more about Colin and Naya's backstory in the coming up episodes. So I don't want to comment on what on Rob's takes on Colin's backstory, but I like it. It's good. But I promise I've already written it, so I'm not stealing all their ideas, just a couple. So how do you think this is gonna go with them now getting kidnapped by the police and you know? How do you foresee it, this adventure? Are they just going to be stuck in this land forever? Do they ever get home to their kids? Do you trust me to write a wholesome story?
I mean, that last question, that's kind of loaded.
I asked the hard ones. I know. I think they're really hung up on the do they trust me to write them a wholesome story.
Yeah.
It's just that we know you so well.
I know. Do you think I can do it?
I didn't even make it out of one of the last things I was in of yours.
Same.
Everybody's got that internal Terminator vision where it tries to select the correct answer. And when you got to the part of do you trust me to write a wholesome story, everybody just kind of went...
I can't even be sad about that. But yeah, please chime in about your where you think your character's journey is going to go. Give me more ideas.
I don't
like
know,
the
but I'm
school
looking very
spin-off
forward
idea
to it.
for sure.
Yeah, that's coming. That's going to be
We need
content.
more slice of life.
Definitely content for our membership. Absolutely. But yeah, let's start with you, Colin. You know, you just got kidnapped by some Siberian Huskies, is what it looks like. How do you?
The first thing I want to say is their costumes are very realistic. The fact that they stay in character the entire time and don't break. I mean, I can applaud that, but at the end of the day, is this really going to get them promoted in the finance department? Probably not.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see where Colin's arc takes him and how. Because if this is a wholesome story, I kind of have an idea where the end point is, and I kind of know where we are now. I just don't know what kind of path we're going to take to connect those two.
A zigzag one.
Probably. There will likely be tears.
Yeah. Especially in episode 3, there's going to be a lot of those.
Great.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah. Yeah, Tara, aka Naya. What do you think?
Um, honestly, I feel like things are going to feel a bit slow and yet not slow at the same time for the characters. Like they're, every second they're away from their children, it's like an eternity for them, and yet they're in another dimension. So who knows what sort of hijinks may ensue,
Mhm.
and who knows how suddenly those hijinks may ensue. I mean, it literally could be like at the snap of a finger. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's a possibility. Um, but no, I think because Colin and Naya have been away from each other for 6 months,
Mhm.
as far as being consistently together, they haven't been near each other much. So they're going to start to relearn about one another, and they will also relearn about one another. So so that will create some fun dynamics for the two, I think. Yeah, and then also just interacting with all these different creatures, and honestly, like all the voice actors are just phenomenal. So it just makes you just want to play so much in the story. So it just there's so much life in the interactions, I think. So I can't wait to hear the angel.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't wait.
it's great. It's a very wonderful scene in which Colin is completely rational about what has occurred. So, and I
Absolutely.
can't wait for everybody to hear it next week because we are a wrap on studio work. So me and Pixel are now hard at work on episode 2. So yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine. It's great. Yeah, this is you know what, this is a fun adventure to write because I'll tell you a quick story. I listened to an actual horror podcast. It was called The Left Right Game. If you like horror podcasts, this one's pretty good. And so it's basically about this group of people. They're going on this supernatural thing where apparently if you drive down a road and you follow these directions, it will just automatically transport you into another world. And there's a skeptic in the group, and her job is there to basically just debunk this, that this is not an actual supernatural thing. And she is such a skeptic that she never lets herself believe what's going on, even when it gets really apparent that the supernatural stuff is not only happening, but it's like killing the members of the party. She always finds a way to rationalize it away, to the point, like, small spoiler alert, to like the point that she literally turns a gun on one of the people in the party because she's like, I can't believe you're doing this. Why are you doing this? Like, she just can't. She cannot. So we're not going to let Colin take a dark path, but I am. Yeah. Like, it's really interesting.
I feel nervous now.
No, you
for
shouldn't.
Naya.
You shouldn't. You should not. Because I'm not going to, I mean, this is a wholesome story, not a horror
I don't know.
story. So I'm not going to push them to that limit, but it's just interesting that, when we get so stuck in our world and in the mundaneness of it, or what we perceive to be the mundaneness of it, then the question really is, like, what does it take for you to believe in magic again? And what does that look like? Like, what would that look like for somebody? Ask yourselves, if you were the person that just got teleported in a stone from a stone chamber to what would it take for you to believe that, holy shit, I'm actually in a magical world? Or would your brain just shut down? Are you walking around like Colin, like, I don't know why everybody's cosplaying. I don't know what city I'm suddenly in. Like, I don't understand. Like, this isn't cool. I've been kidnapped. I've been roofied. So we will see. Matt, I just probably curl into a ball. It's like, it's not real. It's
Matt
not real.
Dawson
It's
does
not
not
real.
approve.
Matthew Dawson disapproves of the magical fantasy world. So I'm going to start with the voice actors, and this is also a question for you, chat. When Daniela asked if you kept that promise that you made to yourself, because I feel like we all did as a kid when we were young and our imaginations were great and our parents were telling us to stop believing in the thing, and we were like, forget you, I'm always going to believe in it. Did you keep the promise that you made to your inner child, or did Daniela's line really hurt you?
I haven't stopped crying just intermittently since hearing Daniela and Zoe just did that. One of the best line reads I've ever heard, but also just it cuts so deep, just all the way down to the bone. I'd like to think that I kept half of my promise. I'm definitely still very weird. As Crystal knows, I have written a play about pirates.
It's great.
So,
It's
a musical about
it's
pirates.
A musical, by the way. Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
So I like to think that I'm still very weird, and I get to be a space dad and a fantasy dad. So I'm doing my best, young baby Adam.
I like it. What about you, Guama? Did you keep your promise?
Yes, like Adam, I am still very weird. And like, oh, I love fantasy stuff. Like, okay, I might be a little more skeptical than when I was a kid. Like, I remembered I went into kindergarten believing in Santa Claus, and my friend was like, Santa's not real, it's your parents. And I was like having an existential crisis, like, whoa, he's not real, but I don't know, maybe he could be real. Like, how do all those presents end up there, huh? But yeah, I don't know, like, I love fantasy stuff like Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones and Fire Emblem. So yes, this is a dream come true. I still believe to some extent.
I love that. What about you, Rob?
I'd like to think I still have kept most of it. I mean, the hobbies and the jobs that I've had over the years, I did 20 combined years working at various Renaissance festivals, doing acting and comedy and stuff like that, and I've LARPed and I've tabletopped and I still game and I still do all that kind of imagination stuff. So I'd like to think that I still do. And I have to agree with Adam that line read, it's a line read on that line that is so layered and nuanced that if you are the type of person who did keep that promise, that line read sounds childly excited for you. If you are the type of person who did not, that line read sounds very slightly judging. And it really depends on the type of person you are, I think, in how you hear that line come across. And that's just a testament to how amazingly that was done.
I know that Zoe is here, but I'm just gonna let her listen to us loving on her for a second. So, yeah,
Your
Tara.
voice is so good, Zoe.
No, we're not done. We're not done. So, hang on. Tara, what about you?
Awesome. For me, I mean, it's something that I think about regularly and that I have literally for decades. So, so it's a question that I've often asked myself, and sometimes I've made myself cry. And sometimes I've been just extremely excited because yes, I have in various ways. I've shared some things with you, Crystal, so you already know. But yeah, and I just loved the way the line was read. And it definitely made me think about the question again, because I've been thinking about it the past few weeks, maybe about a couple of months or so. So it's been difficult, but we're here.
Yeah.
Doing magic.
Absolutely we are. And we are joined by the MVP of a fairy tale that we have all agreed is the MVP of a fairy tale. Miss Zoe is here, aka Daniela. What up, girl? Hey.
Hello. No, I think all of you are the MVPs of Fairy Tale.
So good. So were you able to listen to episode 1? Have you heard it?
Yes, I think I might have been the first listener.
That's awesome.
I was very excited when I saw the tweet go out. I was like, "Ooh, I'm listening to this him at work, as I do all things."
As you should. Yeah.
Some things are more important.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Agreed.
We are so happy to have found you. So I don't know how much of the after show that you've been listening to, but we've been singing your praises because you're just amazing. All the chat also thinks you're amazing. Everybody thinks you're an amazing narrator. I get text messages from Delvin Cox. I don't know if you know this, but Delvin Cox has to approve all of episodes. So if I ever get a text message from Delvin Cox that says that episode was whack, we'll immediately take it down and redo it. So he sent me a message, and one of his compliments was to you about how good your narration was, which is what everybody's been talking about. So we just wanted to love on you. I know because Zoe was pretty nervous being in the studio with all the other voice actors, and she shouldn't have been because she just freaking killed it. So we're gonna get rich by letting you just read things for us all the time.
Yeah, I have a receipt from CVS, so
Yeah.
if you want to read it.
All right, give me
bills.
like
I'll give it
4
to
months
you.
and it'll be done. One day we'll get through
Yeah,
it.
I'll redact.
I
you
have
know,
cereal
I'll redact all
boxes
this
you could read as well.
Yeah. So
Listening to you do that narration, I don't know if you've ever seen I think it's a Capital One Bank commercial where Slash is trying out for this garage band and just the looks on all the other guys waiting in the audition, like, are you serious? That's the look that I have on my face when I hear you read all of your lines.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I saw that commercial. He's like
Yeah.
playing Sweet Child of Mine.
Yeah.
It's great.
And they're like, yes, you're in it. He's like, okay, cool. And everybody else is like,
so good.
Yeah.
So good. So yeah, you made everybody's inner child, like, you made people feel things with your narration, which is what we wanted. So that was wonderful. I know that episode 2 is a great setup. I can't wait for it. It's another great setup about this adventure that Colin and Naya is going to take. Episode 3, I'm really going to attack everyone's inner child again. So if you have not been giving your inner child love and that episode hurts you, it's your fault. You should give your inner child some love. Zoe is so talented, MJ. We agree. So Zoe, what do you think about Colin? I'm going to start with Colin specifically, and we're not going to tell everybody why. That's our secret. But I'm going to start with Colin specifically. How disappointed do you think Daniela is in him? That's question 1. And what do you think it's going to take for him to realize stuff about where
Daniela
he is?
is shaking her fist at Colin. Colin is a piece of work. He needs some help.
I know. I
that is so amazingly polite.
Roast of Colin.
You know what? Fine. Colin needs to get hit with a truck of reality.
There you go.
Now I really want there to be like this like comic truck that comes running through the forest and just like hits, but he doesn't hurt him. It just like boop and just like glitter comes flying out or something. Set by Daniela. I love it. So how do you think he's going to adapt to this world that he has now found himself? It's your world, Daniela. How do you think he's going to adapt to this place?
I think he's gonna. Need a lot of help from his friends along the way when he starts being nice enough to make friends.
When he starts being nice enough to make friends.
Listen, he's being a little bit of a butt right now.
I know, right? It's crazy. Who wrote that? So what do you? So let me ask a serious question. Do you think, because we had Best Space Dad, aka Calinon, recant the phone call that they made to snitch on Colin and Naya, but do you think Daniela had something to do with that? Do you think that maybe she like whispered in Calinon's ear that he should totally rat these people out?
Well, she might just be the little cricket on his shoulder.
I like that. I like that. I like that. We also love Zoe here, Archer Devon, and we love that there's Zoe, like literal Zoe fans in the chat. I love that so much.
Hello, Archer.
You said that with all the self-suffering of like your BFF. You're like this. Dude. Oh, boy.
Archer is great. We love Archer.
Fantastic. So, do you think, Daniela, that Colin made a good choice with Naya, and do you think that she's going to be able to kind of help him navigate this, or do you think that this is going to lead to their divorce?
Naya is about to slap some sense into him.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, quite literally. She's gonna whack him across the head with like a shoe or something, and he's gonna get his head on straight. Right?
I'm writing it down right now. Colin with shoe, like a Spanish mom. I like it. This is fantastic. So have you enjoyed the process? You've got a lot of heavy lifting in this. I don't know if you realized when you auditioned that I was going to make you read so much. So you can tell us truthfully here. It's okay. And if you want to just rat on me to Tara, she will accept all those messages. So tell us, how are you enjoying the process?
That's fine. I will, actually.
She will, too.
I will.
Tell us things.
Oh goodness, it's so much fun. I have not been able to do a lot of live sessions until very recently. So it's a new experience, but it's a lot of fun, and you guys all make it very easy.
Good. And finally, did you hurt yourself when you read that line about keeping the promise to your inner child?
You had messaged me about it, and it took me very many takes to get it to where I liked it. And yeah, I was like, whew, I think I need to step out for a minute. I need a drink of water. I need to go get some ice cream. And now we're fine. We're fine. Everything is fine. We're fine.
I love that. You know what? Okay, great. So I'll make sure that I get you episodes 3 script as early as possible, so you have plenty of time to process all the emotions that because I don't know what we were doing, but I kind of hinted at what's happening in episode 3. And when I told Chat about it, everybody was like, why are you like this? And that's what prompted everybody to put pictures of their teddy bears in the Discord. So if you still have your teddy bear, please send us a picture of your teddy bear, your stuffed animal, or that thing as a child that you loved that comforted you, that you don't talk to anymore, probably, or that you threw away, or you left in a box. Yeah, put it in the Discord so we can see it.
It's a little me. I'm gonna go find it.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
I gotta find it. Cute. It's somewhere around here.
I love it. It's okay, Alex. You know why, Alex. You know why. The wrong channel, a.k.a. Joe, a.k.a. the Malak that talks like Colleen. Joe, we love you. We love you.
It's like the sloth in Zootopia.
Oh my God.
Joe,
that was the funniest. I didn't know. Go ahead.
No, please,
ahead,
Tara, go.
Where's he at?
He's in chat.
Oh. Okay. I must have a huge delay. But no, because I read the words, I didn't have an actual voice. It's just like these parts of the words are going to be elongated and this is going to be some sort of dialect thing happening. But I didn't put anything in my head because I was like, I got to figure out how to yell at Rob. But when he started talking, I was losing it. Every single time. Great job, Joe. Great job.
He did. So I didn't get a whole lot of auditions for Barley. I wonder why. But when I heard Joe's, I was just like, when I wrote it, I didn't know what it sounded like. And then Joe did it, and I was like, this. And he managed to do inflection because Barley sounds really annoyed with them. It's so good. Joe, I want you to know that JV sent me a message also and said that he literally, people at work, he was also listening at work, were looking at him strange because he is laughing out loud when you started talking. So you did a great job. You did a great job bringing Barley to life. So good. So good. Oh my goodness. Poor Colin. I just feel poor Colin, man. Never mind that these two people are cosplaying like furries, but now they're not. Colin's like, why are you even talking like that? Like, what? This poor guy. He's gonna be bald by the end of this. I'm gonna have to get Gerald to change the art. Oh my goodness. So, episode 1, you guys, A Fairy Tale. It's our first wholesome story of tales. We have an absolutely amazing cast, so I want to go down the list one by one. I want to pimp them out. I want you to know where to find them, where to hire them. Oh my God, please hire them. Don't take them away from me, but hire them. Because I said it earlier, we're actually really shocked, Zoe, that you were available. So one day, like you and Gerald and Tara and Adam and Guam and everybody here are going to be like, sorry, Chris, you got to talk to my agent. I know what one is going to be like, can't do it, sorry. But let's start with you.
Everybody's going to get agents.
Yes.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. Space Dad, tell everybody where to find you. Please tell everybody about your pirate, I can do this, musical, and everything that you've got going on. Because Adam's out in LA, everybody. And he's like got his own production company and stuff. So he's very bougie. I'm kidding. Adam's not like that. But he is out in LA and he does have his own production company.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe you put me on blast like that.
So
Jeez.
blast. So blast. So blast.
And after my people talk to your people. Well, I am Adam Kornman. I am a writer, director, producer out of Los Angeles. And as Crystal so kindly mentioned, I have a new play, a new musical that is going to be coming out in this year called The Great Age of Sail. It is a pirate musical. It is completely original, and it is going to be amazing. If you are in the Los Angeles area, we are going to be opening up for casting for the summer review in the next 2 weeks. And then after that, you can just stay tuned to Twitter, or when that implodes in a ball of fire, you can just find me on, I don't know, I have a page on Facebook. You can search for The Great Age of Sail, and I'll put updates there. But otherwise, you can go to adamkornman.com to find out more about the dumb stuff that I do. And, of course, anytime you need a dad character, or really any other character, I can do other voices. I'm always happy to be a part of these universes. And Crystal, I'm just so grateful to be a part of such an incredible show.
Love having you. Love having you, Adam. Always love having you. I want us to do more things together. I want us to make movies together. So yes, we're gonna let Adam guest direct an episode soon of some stuff too, because I wanna let Adam go behind the scenes and work with these voice actors too. I just think it would be fun. I haven't told him this yet. I just not told him, so now he knows. Guama, what's good, girl?
Oh, hello, I'm Guama, and I like to do weird voices, and I have a podcast where you can hear me do said weird voices called Ray is Right. It ended, but I am currently brainstorming more weird podcasts for y'all, so I hope you enjoy! And also you can find me on Twitter, but like Adam says, if it goes off in a ball of flames, I'm there for now. It's at Llama Lavender on Twitter, and you can find me on Instagram, not really posting that much, but doing a lot of lurking, at Guama_llama.
I just want you guys to know that all these voice actors as well are in our Discord. So if you are, you want to be ready, because Twitter will probably just be like working one day and then just suddenly not. They're all in our Discord. So we'll put links in the show description and in the chat as well, so you can make sure that you're hanging out in there. Guama, we want to make sure that Guama doesn't get typecast, because as you can see, Guama and Zoe are both like these adorable high energy people that we just want to love and put up in a rainbow ball and put her on the back of a unicorn and let her just go run through a field. But I have a show that I'm writing specifically for Guama that's going to let her play a totally different character, and I cannot wait. I cannot
so excited.
wait.
Oh my goodness. I remember you were like, we're writing your story, and I'm like, yay.
Cannot wait so you can hear, because listen. Guama has incredible range. You would be shocked at the range that Guama has. She's so freaking talented. So do not get, don't be surprised by her cute voice. She plays a villain in one of our shows very convincingly, and now we're going to let her play a different type of character in another show, because I made her cute again in this one. So it's coming. It's coming. The many voices
I
of
guess
Guama.
my range is all right. Yeah. I guess I have a okay range or whatever.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Oh, I love you guys. Thank you for making such a great community and all this voice acting stuff. I just started last year with Legacy, and it's just been so much fun. And y'all are great. Woo, Legacy fam Tales fam forever.
Yes. I do. I love the community that we built, because you guys are wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Zoe, MVP Daniela, making everybody cry. Best narrator. Tell everybody about you, where to find you, and how to hire you.
Oh, well, you can find me at Zotato Potato on Twitter. And, when Twitter implodes, you can find my website. I'm really bad at social media. I'm so sorry. I only have the Twitter and the website. It's navasha.card.co. It's NAVASHA. And then card has 2 R's.
Get a website. If you don't have a website, get a website.
Get a website.
It's not just your web designer telling you this. I've been telling people this. Get your freaking website up.
Everybody get a website.
Just get one. Just do it. Rob, tell everybody about you, what you got going on. I think we're hanging out with you this weekend, sir. So let's go. Give us some info.
So my name is Rob. I am one half of the Something Something Cast podcast that this July hits 10 years of podcasting. And if you told us 9 years ago that we'd be still doing this after 10 years, we'd have thought you were cursing us or something. But it's still an amazingly fun thing to do. Me and my co-host James Hatton. This Saturday, as Crystal is talking about, we are doing a 12-hour stream to promote Live Stream for the Cure. This is the 7th year Live Stream for the Cure has been in effect. It is the 4th year that we have been part of this charity. It is an event that is happening from May 18th to the 20th, and we are trying to raise $25,000 for the Cancer Research Institute. Over the 6 years that they've done this so far, they've raised over $75,000. And it was one of those things where we said, if we ever get a platform with which to have a voice, we needed to make sure that we used our powers for good. And this is one of those things that we just feel completely honored and humbled to have become a part of. So when it gets around this time of year, it's the thing that we throw all of our energy into helping to promote.
I love that.
So that's what we're doing on Saturday. That you can find our website over at somethingcast.com, at STSTcast on Twitter, and the Twitch channel is twitch.tv/somethingcast. And I want to make a pitch real quick.
Let's go.
For Zoe and Guama.
Mm-hmm.
Competing contract killers who are trying to frame each other for their jobs to get them eliminated and out of the equation.
Ooh, I love
Well,
this.
now that sounds
I
fun.
like this. I might start writing something, huh?
So I love that you said that, Rob, because hilariously on our Tales production board is we want to do a all-female type Expendables show, because it's crazy that there hasn't been one on TV, and that's fine. So
Right.
we'll just write it, and now I know who Guama and Zoe are playing. Great, thanks.
No problem.
Hey.
Fantastic. And the amazing Tara, whose voice we also fell in love with, and she's just a wonderful human being and somebody that I get to call a friend, which is great. It's great because then I can slide into her DMs and be like, so you want to write some music?
Oh, Crystal. Hi, everybody. My name's Tara. I'm on Twitter. I literally just forgot what my handle is on there.
I think it's truly
'Cause
Jen.
I've changed it.
I'm
No, it's not that. No, it's on Discord.
Oh.
Truligen, but on Twitter, I honestly forgot. But me and Crystal follow each other on there, and Guama and Adam. Zoe, I don't think we do. I might have to go follow you. What's it?
I'm gonna have
Zotato?
to
What was it? Again?
follow. Yeah, Zotato Potato. I'm gonna have to follow all of
Just
you.
followed her.
I'm so bad at following people. I'm so bad at
Yeah.
social media.
For those of you who'd like
fine.
to follow Tara on Twitter, her handle is Taranaut, TARRAH.
Oh, that is what it is. I forgot.
I'm gonna go find all of you.
When you said it.
Just went to the picture. Crystal tagged us in and just followed everyone on it.
I forgot to.
so smart.
I
I
just
should do that.
realized I forgot to invite all the new VAs to the damn Discord, the Twitter DM. We have a Twitter DM for Tales, and I forgot to put all the new VAs in it. I got it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna write it down right now. Got it. All right.
But yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm
Yes.
on Twitter. Oh yeah, I'm on Twitter. I'm a naughty person, so I guess I'm on Santa's naughty list. I don't have a website, but I have been conceptualizing what I would like on it. So that's why it's so difficult, because I do a lot of things. I have a lot of hobbies that I want to get back into, and I would like to share some of that on a website. So yeah, I guess I just got to do it. But on the Tales Network website, my email that I will use if you want to contact me for inquiries is on there under whatever the cast page thing. Just ask Crystal, she'll tell you.
I got you. I got go to talesoftheforgotten.com. You click on a fairy tale. There's the cast right underneath there with everybody's contact information. So you should be able to. And if you ever want to reach a voice actor and there's not an email or something on there, just email us. You can email us, the team at talesoftheforgotten.com. We will forward that to the voice actors. We will make sure that they get the message. Not a problem. They love fan mail. So you're welcome to, tell us about how amazing, all these voice actors are. Please send that out. Yeah. So this has been the first. Go ahead, Tara.
No, I was just agreeing.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah. This has been our first fairy tale after show. This is how it works. If you are brand new here, welcome. If you are listening to the podcast, we hope that you join us live so you can be a part of the chat, because it's a really fun experience to just hang out with the fans of the show and the voice actors, because they're always lurking about, which is great. I am Crystal. I am the show creator. I do this with my wonderful fiance, Hannah, who is the amazing sound designer for these episodes. She did all of the heavy lifting for episode 1, so we should all give a big round of applause to Hannah for her fantastic work, for how freaking good this episode sounds. She freaking killed it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Adam, can I get some Rodney energy real quick?
Please.
Oh yeah, baby, let's do it!
If you ever want to bring back Rodney as a cyborg or something, I'm all about it.
Listen, I thought I lost it, but I actually do have the recording of you and the voice actress doing your little kind of monologue at the end of that recording session. I've got it, and I saved it, and it's our members are going to get to hear it. Speaking of, Hannah and I are a 2-woman team. We do this all out of pocket, so if you love these after shows, if you love these stories, please go and support us with a membership. You get awesome stuff. You get ad-free episodes. You get scripts. We're about to record personal messages that we're sending out tonight. You're going to get exclusive shows. You can be on the inner council. You can help us do auditions and learn all about how audio dramas and stuff goes. So it's a great way to support the content that you love. So please go and do that. talesoftheforgotten.com/membership, mostly so I can pay all these VAs so somebody else doesn't steal them from us. So if you love hearing Zoe act with us, and you want me to be able to keep using Zoe, help me help you. You see what I'm saying? So go to, because it's only a matter of time before somebody hears her voice, and that's it. So please go to talesoftheforgotten.com/membership and come right back here next Tuesday. We are starting at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. We will put up reminders over on Twitter. We'll put up a reminder in Discord, and I'm going to add a calendar of events as well to the website so you guys can see when we're doing these live after shows. We make it real easy for you to connect with us. Tell your friends. Don't forget to leave us a review and comment. Please, please, please. It tells those algorithms that you love the show and blah, 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 blah. Adam made you cry. Guama also made you cry. I mean, Delvin, we just live here to make you cry. That's it. I'm pretty sure Zoe probably made you cry today, too. Yeah. Delvin, are you being nice to your inner child? Huh, Mr. Cox? Are you? We'll talk about it. All right. From our family to yours, y'all have a fantastic Tuesday, and we will see you right here next week for A Fairy Tale for Adults, Episode 2, Colin's Still Looking for the Car.
Dude, where's my car?
Colin, did you find it? Still looking?
Your delivery of yes, do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, oh God.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Find it, please. Yeah.
Go find it.